Hello everyone, welcome back to Arunodayam Creations. Today we are going to learn about experiment to show that chlorophyll is necessary for photosynthesis in our video. Experiment to show that chlorophyll is necessary for photosynthesis from life processes chapter. So already we know that photosynthesis has 4 raw materials: carbon dioxide, water, sunlight and chlorophyll. So chlorophyll is an internal factor for photosynthesis. Why? Because plant will not take chlorophyll from outside of its body. It is already present in its body parts, isn't it? So some parts of plant contain chlorophyll. That's why we can call chlorophyll as an internal factor. Now we are going to prove that this internal factor is essential for photosynthesis. If this is absent in plant body, then photosynthesis does not take place. Okay, let us learn. So in order to prove that chlorophyll is essential for photosynthesis, we have to perform an experiment. For this experiment we need a plant with variated leaves. A plant with variated leaves. Variated leaves means nothing but a leaf which contains green color patches and white color patches. A leaf with both green and white color patches. So we can see these type of leaves mostly in croton plants. So we can take any croton plant with variated leaf, any potted plant, that too potted plant we have to take with variated leaves, and we have to keep that potted plant in dark for 3 to 4 days, maximum 3 days. We have to select a plant and we have to put it in dark room for 3 days. Why we are putting it in dark room for 3 days? We have to destarch it. Destarch means, D means removal of starch, food material. So by putting this plant in dark room, what we are doing is we are removing starch from it. We are removing food material from it. Are you able to understand? We all know that for photosynthesis sunlight is essential, isn't it? So if we put that plant in dark room, it will not take sunlight. So this plant will not perform photosynthesis. That means it do not produce food material. So without food material, how can a plant can survive? By taking that reserved food material present in its body. Already stored food material will be present now in plants. So within these 3 days, the plant will utilize that reserved food material. That means it is utilizing the starch. That means removing the starch. Already the starch has been exhausting. So within 3 days, the starch content in plant parts will become 0. Now after 3 days, we have to start our experiment. Okay, we have to keep this potted plant which was destarched in sunlight for 3 to 4 days. Okay, are you able to understand? After destarching the plant, we have to put this potted plant in sunlight for 3 to 4 days. So within these 3 to 4 days, the plant will perform photosynthesis and produces food material. After 4 days, we have to pluck any one leaf from the potted plant, any one leaf, and we have to perform starch test to this leaf. We have to perform starch test. So how we have to perform starch test? So first starch test, we have to put this leaf in a beaker containing any alcohol. We have to take a beaker, we have to fill it with alcohol, and we have to put this experiment leaf into that alcohol. Next we have to put this beaker with alcohol into a water bath. Do you know what is meant by a water bath? We have to take a beaker and we have to fill it with water, and with the help of a Bunsen burner, slowly we have to boil the water. So now we have prepared a water bath. Now we have to put the beaker with leaf and alcohol onto that water bath. Why? We can directly put the beaker with alcohol onto the flame now to boil the leaf? No. Why? Because alcohol is highly inflammable. It easily catches fire. So there might be chances of fire accidents. So in order to avoid those conditions, we have to put this beaker with alcohol onto the water bath, not onto the flame. So after some time, after some boiling, the leaf will turn into pale color. That means the leaf will turn into colorless. Green color patches which are present in the leaf will disappear. Why? Because by boiling the alcohol will extract chlorophyll pigment which is present in the leaf into it. Are you able to understand? The alcohol will extract chlorophyll present in the leaf into it. That's why after some time we can clearly observe that the leaf becomes colorless and the alcohol becomes colored, green colored. Okay, then after carefully we have to take this leaf from the alcohol beaker and we have to wash it with hot water. Okay, then after we have to perform starch test to it. For that we have to take some iodine solution. With the help of a dropper we have to add 2 or 3 drops of iodine solution onto the leaf. After some time we can clearly see that some areas of leaf will turn into green color and some areas will not turn. What does this indicate? It indicates that the areas with green color before starch test, will turn into blue black color, which indicates that this part has already chlorophyll. No, that's why they performed photosynthesis and produced food material. Iodine solution will tell us where the carbohydrates are present by turning them into blue black color. So here the green color part of the leaf will turn into blue black color. This indicates that this portion has food material. Why it has food material? Because this part has chlorophyll and it performed photosynthesis when we put it in sunlight. Okay, and the areas which have white patches before starch test, the variated leaf has white patches, no? So these white patches will remain white, will remain colorless only. Why? Because these parts do not have chlorophyll. That's why even in sunlight they did not produce photosynthesis, they did not perform photosynthesis and they did not produce food material. Okay, that's why even after applying iodine solution these white patches will not turn into blue black color, indicating that there is no food material here. So by this experiment we clearly prove that chlorophyll is essential for photosynthesis, isn't it? The parts with green color, that means the parts with chlorophyll, will turn into blue black color by iodine test, and the parts without green color, that means without chlorophyll, will not turn into green color. So by this experiment we can prove that chlorophyll is essential for photosynthesis. So we have performed an experiment with this variegated leaf. No, here also the green color patches which contain chlorophyll after starch test will turn into blue black color, and the white patches which do not have chlorophyll before starch test, and they remain like that even after starch test. Okay, this is about this experiment. Hope you understand this topic. If you like this video, please share this video with your CBSE class friends, and for more videos please subscribe my channel. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Jai Hind.